The problem with my wardrobe is that I have just got too many clothes because of the age I've got to, and I have never been very good at throwing things out, donating them to charity, selling them, whatever, because I've always felt that I can wear it again, I can wear it next year, I can wear it in 5 years and so on. So by now I have got a lot. I need to do a monthly subset, which I call my monthly capsule. Now, if you think of capsule as 10 clothes, 10 items, no, this is my monthly subset of my wardrobe that I can wear. And we're talking about November, of course. Now, at the end of the video, I will show you some outfits I wore in October and how my October capsule worked for me. And so we'll just start off. Now, for November, I haven't followed a theme. October, I used fall fashion trends, autumn fashion trends as my theme. This time what I've done is gone through what other people have said are their top fall into winter, autumn into winter essentials. Now, the first lady that I have taken some ideas from is a young lady in her 30s, and she's got a YouTube channel, Alexa, I think her name is. Anyway, the first item she listed is some heavy duty boots. And so I have picked some up from Marks and Spencer's. Now, I have got some heavy duty boots, very similar to this, that aren't available at the moment. And mine just go on and on and on year after year. So I won't be keeping these. I picked these up to show you what's available. And the beauty of these is the, look, lace up the front, lace, you know, do up there, but you zip them on. So they're so easy. The leather is just butter soft. These are so popular. I've read about them in the press as well, that people saying they're back in stock, you know, type of thing. I have got this in ivory that I bought 2 years ago and absolutely love them. And the price, I think the price is something like £69. Now, Marks and Spencer's, just bear in mind, they've got the Beauty Advent calendar out at the moment. So if you spend £35, you get £300 worth of the goodies in the Beauty Advent calendar for an extra £50. So if you wanted these boots, then spend an extra £50, you get the calendar as well. Ideal opportunity before it goes out of stock. Now, the next item she listed was plaid trousers. So I'm going to end up with quite an eclectic little capsule here, actually, or a subset of my clothing, because I did dig out some plaid trousers. I've read various reports about plaid being on trend and so on. In reports, I haven't seen anybody say that in a YouTube video. Still, it's quite autumnal. Now, these are also Marks and Spencer's, and years old. I bought these in 2019. I know that because I wore them the last time I went out in 2020, before about February 2020, before everything happened and went Python. I actually think they'll go really well with the combat boots, so I want to try that. Oh, another item that she said, this lady said, was woolen patterned socks. So I pulled out, and she was talking about Nordic socks, so I pulled out my Nordic socks. I will list these for you because they come in, I think you buy them in sort of like a set of 3 different colours and so on. But socks are the big thing in the autumn this year and winter. We can proudly show our socks. Now, men have been doing this for quite a while. I don't know if in your country, but in the UK, the men will wear a suit and then they will wear, the stylish ones anyway, they will wear bright socks. And this is, you know, bankers and doctors and so on. So it's a bit like the tie, but the other end of the body. I don't know, all sorts of weird colours and styles and patterns appear on their socks. And if you go to a conference and there's a stage, you've got these socks just staring at you. Anyway, we can do the same. These are thick, these are warm, and they're a beautiful pattern. So I'll try and find you some Nordic socks as well. Now, then I moved on to reading a blog post, and a lady listed hoodies. Now, she was more our age, into her, I would say, 50s. Yeah, I would say she was 50s. So hoodies. So I've dug out some hoodies that I have in my life, and I would vouch for this. I do think this is a good staple. Yes, the striped thin cashmere one from Gwellia, and then I've got a thicker woolen one in grey from Lily Silk. And both of those I do get a lot of use out of, so I do think that is a sensible selection for November. They're warm, you can zip them up, zip them down, you know, depending on whether you're in a room that's hot or cold, and they look good, they look stylish, and you can wear them underneath a blazer with then the hood hanging around out the back. Now, talking about hoodies, Talbots have come out with some that are good for travel. So if you're thinking about Thanksgiving or the holiday season and going away and relaxed clothing to wear, these particular ones don't crease. But then that's true of knitted hoodies anyway, that they're not going to. But anyway, I just thought you might want to look at the Talbots ones if you're in the States, and I'm going to link them down below as well. And they've got matching trousers that go with them. They're sort of a velour material, but they look really good. And the colours, cream, grey and plum. And I love the look of the plum. Now then, that particular lady listed basic t-shirts. So basic black, white t-shirts. I'm going to list some for you, but ones that I particularly like are from Amazon, the Amazon Essentials. You get them in a 2-pack. They're crew neck or V-neck, and they just seem like good value for money. And I have never had my Amazon ones fail me. I've had them years. They don't twist in the wash, and they haven't faded. Also, I did see, then talking about t-shirts, I saw somebody similar to my age wearing a graphic tee underneath a blazer with some jeans. And I thought I had taken a screenshot that I could show you, but I haven't. And I've got no idea where I saw it. Believe me, I did. And so anyway, I've pulled out just a couple of graphic tees. Now, we're not talking about graphic tees that have got sort of like Gucci written all across or whatever. You know, quiet luxury is still the thing, that you're not putting labels on your t-shirts, but you can have a band. You can have Hard Rock Cafe. You could have a bar, you know, more subtle, fun. I don't know what have I pulled out here for you to have a laugh at. Got an astronaut on the front because it's one of our local breweries is dark, and so I suppose that's the t-shirt with the, you know, with an astronaut on. I think that would look quite cool underneath the blazer, maybe. Can you imagine this with the plaid trousers then, maybe, and the combat boots and a blazer? Now, moving on to jeans. The jeans I'm seeing on Instagram, and they're the ones that I think I will focus on for November, are carrot or barrel leg, flared boot cut, and the wide leg jeans. So I've pulled out a selection of those that I have in my life. Now, my carrot jeans are from Marks and Spencer's, and I don't think they're too wide for a carrot jean, so I'd really recommend those if you want to give them a try. They're not too swamping, and they're slightly cropped as well, which I like, and go well with boots and trainers as well. They've got a good finish to them, a good hem and length. But I also wanted a smart pair of regular jeans, so I'm going to use Levi's 724s possibly as a dark indigo, and then I've got some black ones from Paige, just a straight jean. So if I'm going somewhere slightly smarter, they almost look like a trouser apart from the fact they've got rear pockets. So I've got those as well. Pleather trousers are back out and about, and people are wearing them straight, jogger style, wide leg, all sorts. So I pulled out my faux leather trousers that I've got. I've also got a burgundy faux leather skirt and some burgundy faux leather trousers as well that will come out and be readily available for November, then going through to February as well. I'm actually short of dresses for this time of year. The one that I have got is my zebra print. I'm going to wear it today, actually, going out to lunch. So that is going to be my on-trend dress. It's years old from Marks and Spencer's. You can tell that I buy things from Marks and Spencer and keep them years and years and years and years and years. Scarves as well. I've pulled out a load of animal print scarves. So you may, if I've got them, you probably have as well. I have got, do you remember these with the combined animal print with red and so on? Got that. I've got more of a sort of a silk type animal print. This one I love from, I got years ago from June, and I hope they do a version this year. That one, because it's slightly cooler toned. And then one that's really warm colour as well. So grab your animal print scarves and give them a go. Under your trench coat, black jeans. Of course, another essential is your trench coat for this time of year. So I've got a basic Marks and Spencer's one, and I've got a more dressy one from Goelia that I intend to use if I need to wear a trench coat on the particular day I'm going out. Can't do November without sweaters as well, and that's been in other people's lists too. And so I've pulled out some thin weight sweaters, mine all happen to be, my thin weight ones, all from Marks and Spencer's, because I like their soft touch cashmere effect or cashmere knit that you can wash crew neck sweaters. And this is one, some of you might recognise this, that, what's it, 4 years ago or so, I think we all loved this. They had it on the advert on TV, the Christmas advert. So I've got that one, which is got a bit of a pattern on it. There's a caramel one that's probably 8 years old that I've got. I like dressing that one up with black. It looks good with a jacket as well because it's a nice neutral colour. Then last year I bought 2 more, and they bring out different colours depending on the colours that are going to be on trend and so on. So last year it was pink, and so I've got a lovely pink version. And there was also in the spring a lot of leaf green was available in Marks and Spencer's, and they brought the sweater out in that colour. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they've got out in this year, because I do love adding to my collection, but different colours. So yes, I will list those down below for you as well. So it's, you know, crew neck, simple sweater. And do remember, if a crew neck doesn't suit you, hide it with a scarf, or, you know, use a V-neck necklace, use a shirt underneath with a collar. There are things you can do to actually move away from that crew neck cutting you off at the neckline, or look for a V-neck. I think Marks do these in V-necks as well. Now, do you remember that last winter and spring it was all about the collared sweater? So of course we've got collared sweaters that we bought last year. Now, I have heard nothing about that for this year, whether it's on trend or out of trend. So I intend to still wear my collared sweaters that I bought, because why not? It's a classic now. As far as I'm concerned, I said that last year when I bought them, that when they're no longer a trend item, they're going to just be a classic. So grab out your collared sweaters that you bought last winter. We have not seen the end of the stripy cardigans either. So I've pulled out my lightest weight ones, more cottony rather than the thick woolen ones to wear for November. I really think that's knitwear done now. Except not quite, because we're going to talk about white. The white chunky, not the really thick January type chunky, but any ivory type cream sweater you've got that you could wear in November comfortably without overheating. I think the open knits are still good to wear. That if you've got those, I can't find them on, you know, being listed anymore anywhere. But if you bought them in the spring, they would be quite a good weight to wear. I've got a couple, you know, that type of thing. But if not, any other ivory sweaters you've got around, pull them out. Now, I'm seeing all over Instagram and magazines and so on, the sweater vest is still very current, despite the fact there was some thought that it would be going out of style and vests would be taking its place, you know, the waistcoat vests. No, the sweater vest is still very much around, being worn on their own or being worn over blouses and shirts, dresses and so on. So get your sweater vests out that you bought previous years and wear them again. Now, I said I took inspiration from blogs and so on. Nobody talked about blouses as an essential, but really, if you're going to go out somewhere, you don't just want to be wearing a sweater. So I have raided my wardrobe for blouses, and I have decided that, well, I might as well make them pretty well the same as I did last month as well, make that around about trends. So I've pulled out any leopard print, animal print I've got, because obviously leopard print, zebra print and so on is quite big. And so I showed all of these in October. They might as well just carry on being worn through to November, even February maybe. Right, then I've also got this equine blouse that I really, really love from Lily Silk, and then some everyday ones, you know, for going out for coffee, pop-over type ones here, so in navy. Yeah, so pull out any blouses, shirts, some are on trend, some you just like, some utility, add them to your collection. Talking of which, this one I'm wearing is one that was very, very popular with you guys, and I listed it in a video once as an item suggesting you bought it because it was lovely burgundy mango, and so many of you bought it, UK and USA, that I thought, well, I've got to buy it as well. You know, find out what's so fantastic about it. And I do. I love the sleeves, little slightly funnel sleeves there. I love the shape of it. It comes in slightly at the waist. It's just pop-up buttons. Yep, pop-up buttons. It's just a lovely fitted shape, but you could wear it tucked in as well as loose. Very feminine, great colour, and comfortable material. It's not a shiny, unbreathable type of material. So good choice. Those of you who selected this out of my list of items that I suggest, well done. I'm glad you did, because it encouraged me to buy it for myself as well. I think we also want jackets for layering, and I'm going to use black leather jackets, faux leather jackets, you know, the type moto or biker type jacket. I've also got a couple of more dressy jackets that, this one is from Esther last year, that I've got a lot of use out of. When I'm looking for a lightweight jacket just to pop over something, because I'm not sure what the temperature is going to be, and I can wear this indoors and it looks smart and dressy, this one I fall back on. It's just got a tiny, tiny flecks of glitter in it as well that makes it dressy, and it has balloon sleeves. So I'll list it if it's still available. That was a really, really, really good. It was gifted to me by Esther, but it was a fantastic jacket. One I bought, and that's more casual, lightweight, from Villa, zip-up jacket. And then I've got one from Gwellia in a beige. That's got a bit of sparkle in because we're getting into that time of year. And it's sort of a moto style, but it's quite dressy. Suedette, faux suede type material. And then we have got one for... But let's talk about the fact that a lot of you that are watching my videos aren't subscribed. And I would love you to subscribe. Do you know why? Because I am your over 60 influencer who is actually over 60. So you'll be doing yourself a favour because you'll see my videos come up, but you'll also be doing me a favour because that will mean that I can get to my silver play button, and that is just something for us in our 60s to say, yes, yes, look, we're relevant. Look, Anne-Marie's in her 60s and she's got a silver play button. We are relevant, listen to us. And that would be a message to the brands as well, to give us modern clothes in our 60s, not this dated, frumpy stuff. Outside use, and that is this one from Jacket Maker, which is a burgundy leather, real leather. And this is faux shearling, and shearling is obviously a big trend this winter as well. So I'm just going to pop this over this blouse so you can see what it looks like. Now this jacket is leather. It has a detachable faux shearling collar, which I've taken off because I actually prefer it like this, although I would wear it the other way, more in the winter with a chunky knit underneath. But this is going to be your transitional season. It's not going to be deep winter except with a coat right over the top. But then you might want to be wearing this indoors. But it feels to me with the cuffs and so on, it's your outerwear jacket or chilly room jacket. And aviator style. I've got a thing about an aviator jacket, I've got to say. Hem around here that's sort of elasticated as well, you know, as an aviator style would be. But it's so on trend, this colour. Going to go with that burgundy wardrobe. And your animal print wardrobe as well. Now, if you're looking for leather jackets, and the Jacket Maker really is the place to go. And they'll also do bespoke. So if you can't find your size on the rail or on the website in a particular style that you're looking for, then go bespoke. I've got a blue jacket that I wanted in a particular style, and they made it especially for me because that wasn't one that was off the shelf. They've got the blue material, but in other styles. So, but anyway, this time I thought I'd go for off the shelf so that you can see exactly what you can just get straight off the website. Show you what I wore in October. And I have to admit that I would say only 10% of my time am I outside the house. So I put together my capsule for just 10% of my time. But that 10%, I'm seeing other people, and I want to be able to have the right mix of availability on my rail so I can pull together the right outfit. Anyway, most of what I did in October was casual, but let's say we started off the month in a zebra print dress. This one. Now, the story behind this weird outfit is that we were going to a party and I wanted to wear my white boots because I can dance in them. I also wanted to wear this dress. So to pull it together, I then had to add two other elements of white. So I added a white belt and I had a white jacket that I borrowed from my daughter. Then I needed a white sort of toned bag, and the only one I had was zebra print. Yep, so I bravely put on a brave face and said, this is all very intentional, to myself. Double zebra print. Hey, it was a party. People were dancing. It was a disco, that kind of thing. You know, anything goes, really, is what I think. That's what I got away with. All day, sweater, tucked into carrot jeans, and some trainers. Then nothing for the middle of the month because I hurt my back. So I did not leave the house. I barely got dressed. The end of the month, I went away for a weekend. I actually went to the house that Bohemian Rhapsody was written in. We stayed there. It was a recording studio. It was a Tudor house, but then in later years, in the 1970s into 1980s, early 1990s, it was a recording studio. And so Oasis stayed there, and the Jam, Pearl Jam, Queen a few times. Anyway, you know, there were lots of the silver discs, platinum discs, gold discs up on the wall for us to look at. My outfit, very casual, striped cardigan and jeans. And you can see from how I'm standing, my back's not quite right still. But by the end of the weekend, it had loosened up a little bit. Tracksuit, side stripe tracksuit trousers. These are all very popular still at the moment and available, so I will list them down below for you. And I paired it on one day with a collared sweater. Another day I paired those side stripe trousers with a black sweater, sort of lightning bolts all over it, that I got a few years ago from Sugar Hill, Brighton. And then on my last day, the day of returning home, back into the jeans, heavy duty boots, and the simple retro sweatshirt, nautical sweatshirt. And then I entered the month on the 31st of October, where I started the month in this zebra print dress. And this is an entirely different way of wearing it from my beginning of the month. So here I'm wearing my combat boots and a vest top over the top and belted it, because if I hadn't have belted it, the vest top, as you know, then we would have had a half and half look, but the belt moves that demarcation line up. Oh, and there's one other thing you might have noticed, my hair's looking slightly different. I haven't dyed it. I just had a mad moment yesterday when I pulled out some of this I'd had in my cupboard for ages, and it's called Magic Retouch. And I sprayed it on my hair and it covers up the grey. I just thought that with all the autumn colours we're wearing, the browns and so on, I wanted a slightly richer colour hair, but I didn't want to make it permanent. And it's come right up here into the roots and all down here and the sides as well. So now I've got hair that actually more goes with these autumnal colours and not being permanent. So next time you see me, I'll be back being grey. But this one is called dark blonde, but it looks more light brown to me than dark blonde, but still I'm enjoying it. I like the look of having slightly darker hair. Right, I will list this down below as well. Magic Retouch, L'Oreal. Now the Magic Retouch also adds body to the hair. Do you remember a few years ago we were using those texturising sprays that made your hair feel like you'd come out of the sea? And it feels a bit like that. So my hair's a little bit wider and got more volume than it would otherwise have as a result of that spray too. Anyway, what you're going to want to know is why I've given up wearing leggings this autumn. And I've got a video here for you. So I'll see you over there. Enjoy.